So in this lesson, we will see another type of prompts, which is the step-by-step prompts. So this will help us get clear instructions from ChatGPT, what to do one step after the other, and there's a very good way to achieve this. Right? So let us start doing this with an example. Now, if you look at the first example, first, let's see, we are trying to build a social media strategy. Okay, so let's go ahead and say act as a social media marketing expert with 15 years of experience in digital branding. Guide me in creating a 3-month social media strategy that will increase engagement and brand visibility. Make sure to ask questions about my brand and goals before starting. Explain everything step by step. So, this is the key. Now, let me go ahead and enter. So, now it says to create an effective 3-month social media strategy, I need some key information about your brand goals. Here are a few questions to get started. Okay? So I'm just going to answer a few. What is your brand about? Let's say I'm going to say it's about fitness. Second, target audience, young people. Current social media presence, Instagram only, just engagement tools, comments, content preferences, reels, competitor analysis. You can be more descriptive, but I'm just giving you an understanding. Yeah, so I'm saying, I think that's about it. I'm just going to say these are my answers. Now, it says, how can we build a 3-month social media strategy based upon your input? And it says, give thing, and you see, it gives you step by step 3-month strategy plan, right? So, month one, establish and test content types, and gives all the steps. Next one, next month says all the steps again. Third month, all the steps again, right? So, you can even see the like a few additional steps, right? So, now what we will be doing is we'll do a few additional prompts, right? Now, on the same thing, I can go and do a follow up prompt saying, provide a step by step plan for setting up my brand social media presence. Outline 10 actionable steps, including recommended tools or platforms, right? Or you can also do establishing and testing content types, right? So you can even say setting for and then enter. So even every small step, you can even break it down into further steps, right? So now you can see it is given you a further step by step broken down approach to achieving it. Okay. And you can do it even further until you make it more and more actionable, right? So you can come to steps which are directly going to help you take action and achieve the result, right? So let's go ahead and see what other things also we can do. So it's we can say list tools and resources for each step in strategy, summarize the step and resources in a table. Okay? So this is something because you'll have so many steps. This is something that you will want to do. Now you can see that it will beautifully put everything in a visual format, right? First is set objectives, and the action is define the purpose of each reel, etc. And the tool recommended here is Trello, Notion, right? And then there is like step 7, which is write captions and CTAs, and what tools we can use is also being mentioned here, right? So you can see it is given you like what tools, even if you want to record, edit, Canva, all those things have been mentioned to make it simpler and easier for you to get started, right? So this is the power of trying to do everything step by step, right? So now let's look at another example. Say you're trying to learn basics of Python programming. Okay. Now the prompt is like this. And we're saying, imagine you're a Python programming instructor with 10 years of teaching experience. I want to learn Python basics within the next month. So you give a specific timeline. Please guide me step by step, asking questions if necessary. And then you go ahead. So you have to first give the whole context and then ask everything in step by step, right? Now, so it says before we dive in, could you tell me if you're using Windows or Mac? So let's say I'm just going to say Mac OS, and then based upon this, it is even helping me go step by step within this, and will help me install everything that is needed, right? And after we have done that, we can say, even you can break this down. This is like, you can customize it. You can even say provide a 10-step guide to setting up Python and starting with basic syntax, including specific tools and resources, right? And it'll give you everything, even in more detailed fashion, right? So you can see it is even giving you a few examples to test and get started with, right? And maybe let's say, even if you can even ask, provide, or let's say the same prompt, I'm just going to say provide a 10-step guide to setting up to understand loops. So it says now even further, right? So what type of loops are there? What sort of code you can do? What sort of values you need to understand, right? And what are a few less known loop types also? And how can you break out of loops? And what is like a nested loop? So you will have everything in a detailed laid out approach for you, right? So this is the reason that is very useful for you to use the step by step method. If we just ask ChatGPT something openly, it will just give you a very large text and it's not actionable, and you'll be not be able to make the best out of the AI. Okay, so let's look at our last example. So let's say you're preparing for a job interview, and the prompt is something like this. Imagine you're an experienced career coach. Guide me through preparing for a job interview for a senior position. Ask questions. So I would say senior, say Python position. Ask questions to understand the role and my experience. Provide a step by step process. Make sure to cover everything from researching the company to handling tough questions. You can give you more specific like that. Now, it's asking a few questions about me. It's good because you'll get a personalized approach, right? So always try to answer these questions as detailed as possible so that the ChatGPT knows your background and context better, right? So I'm just going to say 7 years into Python. You can be detailed. I'm just being understand area of expertise, project handling, fintech. Yes. Okay, so this was for fifth. technical strengths. Yeah, ML, this is machine learning. Short, work culture, open automation, right? Now I'm just going to say enter these. So now it's going to give me more steps that are very relevant to me, right? So prepare for role specific technical options, leadership examples, behavior institutional questions, reinforce communication and thought process. All of this it has included, right? So next, I'm just going to ask a few more follow-up questions. Provide 10 steps for preparing for the interview, including tips on each point. And it has done that, right? And after this, you can still ask to summarize all steps and resources in a table. It becomes even more useful for you to see everything and compare anything if it is relevant or not also, right? So this is how you use a step-by-step method to get something that is quickly actionable and which will actually be helpful in generating the results that you want. Thank you.
Enjoying this video? Boost your skills with our full course. Dive into projects, sharpen your problem solving, and become a confident professional. Ready to learn more? Click the link below or in the description to access the course. We would love to help you on your journey.